So welcome to the first lesson from Team Blue Heaven on navigation. I'm not going to do any fuzzy stuff or intros or anything like that. I'm going to get straight into lesson. I'm going to keep these lessons really short and easy to consume. So in this first lesson we're going to go right back to the basics and actually explore the map and start to understand the map and what it can do for us. When you're navigating, there are essentially three things you need: a map, compass, and your ability to actually use both effectively. It's not just about getting from A to B, it's about getting from A to B to C to D to F to G and so on in the most efficient way you can, using the least amount of energy and getting there as quickly as can as well. Now, number one on the list was map, and really getting to understand the map is absolutely vital for your navigation skills. The first point you want to be looking at and concentrating on is understanding this thing and seeing how what you see on here relates to the land around you. This area is pretty difficult really from a feature point of view, and understanding the contours and stuff like that, you'd have to be a very, very good navigator. But it's still having the ability to look at this map and understand the actual features around you related to what's on the ground and actually what's on the map. That is absolutely vital for your basic navigation skills. So when we're talking about maps, we'll be talking generally about Ordnance Survey maps, such as these. This is an Explorer map, and it's 1 to 25,000 scale map. What that means is, for every 1 centimetre on the map, it's 25,000 centimetres on the ground. And a 1 in 50,000 map is for every 1 centimetre on the map, it's 50,000 centimetres on the ground. So if you do your maths, 1 centimetre on the map equates to 250 metres on the ground. 1 to 50,000, 1 centimetre on the map equates to 500 metres on the ground. Orienteering maps will usually go between 1 to 5,000 and 1 to 10,000, maybe 1 to 15,000. And again, you do your maths, 1 to 10,000 is 1 centimetre on the map to 100 metres on the ground. Now it's really important that you understand the scale of the map and what that really means with regards to how far you travel on the map as to how far you will be travelling on the ground. So to explain the differences in those three scales, here we have 3 maps. So this is a 1 to 10,000 map, an orienteering map that I've used in the Tilgate Forest area around Crawley. And we'll look at this area highlighted here and then look at that in relation to what it would look like in a 1 to 25,000 map. And then we also look at it in relation to what it would look like in a 1 to 50,000 map. And there you can see the 3 different scales of maps together and how different they look with regards to the same piece of land at different sizes or different scales on each particular map. So moving on to the map itself, you can see from here a map is split up into grid squares, and these grid squares are made up of eastings and northings. They're called eastings and northings because your lines move from left to right, from west to east in numerical value, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Northings, likewise, they move up the map from south to north, and they go up in numerical value. Why is this important? Well, as you progress in your navigation, you will need to be able to do what's called a grid reference. And using a grid reference will enable you to pinpoint your location, send that location to somebody else, and enable them to find you. Likewise, you may well be given a number of grid references to be able to plot on a map, and these could be checkpoints that you then have to get to. So you need to be able to plot grid references on your map, and these will be done using eastings and northings. And we'll have a lesson around how to do grid references in the not too distant future. So don't worry about grid references right now at the moment. Just understand that the map is split up into grid squares, all maps are, and the lines going from left to right are eastings, and the lines going from bottom to top are northings. All Ordnance Survey maps have information around the borders that tell you all about the map. So this one, as we can see, is for the Lake District, gives you general information and also gives you key or a legend for the information or the symbols that you may well find on this map. And it's really important that you familiarise yourself with these symbols and what they actually mean. You won't always have time to be looking at a symbol on the map and then looking at the information panel to try and find out what that means. Try and work with these symbols and memorise them as much as you can. And you could always create something like flashcards, for example, where you have a symbol on one side and the answer as in what that symbol means on the other side, and ask your friends or your family to test you by showing you the symbol and then asking you what that symbol means, and just working through it. And it's a simple way of memorising what the symbols are that you would find in the information panel on a Northern Survey map. There are all sorts of information on here, not just about the symbols. It tells you about magnetic variation. Again, we're not going to worry about that in this particular lesson. Maybe the next lesson, when we're talking about orientating the map, we'll touch on that. But there are in fact three norths. There's grid north, magnetic north and true north, and this explains the variation between true north, magnetic north and grid north. Again, that is something that will be covered in a later lesson. In summary, with this lesson is the three things you need for effective navigation: map, compass and the ability to use both effectively. The basic form of navigation is using a map. Really get to know and understand a map and being able to use it effectively on the land around you. Get a map in the local area. If you're going out running, going out cycling, whatever, and just follow that map as you walk around and get to know and understand how long it takes you to walk from A to B in that particular map. Use it when you're going out running and actually put on checkpoints that you run to and find those checkpoints. When you're out cycling, you'll be covering the land a lot quicker, so your navigation skills will have to be a lot quicker and a lot more effective. So get used to map reading while you're on a bike. So you don't need to start hitting the actual compass yet. Just practice going out and map reading. The more you do it, the more efficient and proficient you will become at navigation. Thanks for watching this lesson, and I really hope that you got some value out of it. And if you did, by all means leave a comment at the bottom if you'd like anything else covered differently to what I've already covered today. If you want some additional information put into future lessons, then put the comments below. And please subscribe, and then you'll get informed of when I release the next lesson. All being well, it should be next week. Okay, enjoy your navigation. Talk to you again soon.